Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss odd and even functions. In the previous two videos, we discussed the derivation of Fourier coefficients and we did two examples on Fourier series. If you have not checked the videos, check them on the link shown here, where you can see a circle with an eye inside it. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing and like my videos. Also share my videos to other engineering students. A function is said to be even if function of negative x is equal to function of x. We are going to give two examples. Let's say function of x is equal to x squared. If we take function of 2, that is x is 2, this will give us 4. Because it will be 2 squared, which is 4. If we take x is equal to negative 2, function of negative 2, this will be negative 2 squared, which will be equal to 4. Therefore, you can see function of negative 2 is equal to function of 2, which is equal to 4. This means function of x is equal to x squared is an even function, and we can show it on a graph. Let us sketch the curve of y is equal to x squared. Here you have the y-axis, here you have the x-axis. This curve will be something of the sort that we can say here is y is a function of x, which is equal to x squared. Or we can simply say y is equal to x squared. Now we can see that if you look at our curve here, it is symmetric about the y-axis. It is symmetric about the y-axis. This side and this side, they are symmetric about the y-axis. In other words, if you put a mirror here on the y-axis, the image of this portion, which is on the positive side of the x-axis, this is the positive side of the x-axis, this is the negative side of the x-axis. If you put a mirror here, the image of the object on the x-axis will be this. So this line, its image inside the mirror will be this line. Therefore, you can say y is equal to x squared is symmetric about the x-axis, and therefore it is an even function. You can say even functions or an even function, the graph of an even function is symmetric about the y-axis. It is symmetric about the y-axis. Let us try another example. This is example 1. Another one. Example 2. Let us draw the curve of y is equal to cosine of x. Or we can say y is equal to cos x. Y is equal to cosine of x. In this case, function of x or we can say y is equal to a function of x is equal to cosine of x. Or we can simply say function of x is equal to cos x. Here, function of negative x will be equal to function of x. Or cosine of negative x is equal to cosine of x. You can try this. If we say x is equal to, say that 30 degrees, cosine of not 30, we take 60 degrees. 60 degrees is 180 pi over 6. We use degrees. Cosine of pi over 6 is equal to 0.5. Cosine of negative pi over 6 again is equal to 0.5. Therefore, you can see cosine of negative pi over 6 is equal to cosine of pi over 6, which is equal to 0.5. Cosine is therefore an even function. We can illustrate in a graph here. Cosine of this is we start. Cosine of 0 is 1. So it will be something of the sort. You can see if you put a mirror here on there, this is the y-axis, the x-axis. This is the negative x-axis, negative side of the x-axis. This is pi over 2, 90 degrees. It's pi over 2. These are 90 degrees. This is again negative pi over 2. Cosine of 90 degrees is equal to 0. This is now this is the y-axis. The curve, this curve on the upper side of, on this positive side of the x-axis, if you put a mirror here on the y-axis, its image inside the mirror, the image of this portion inside the mirror will be this. And therefore you can say cosine function is an even function. Cosine of negative 30 degrees is equal to cosine of 30 degrees. Cosine of negative 60 degrees is equal to cosine of 60 degrees. You can try that in your calculator. You can use either radians or degrees. So now we know what is an odd function and how we can know whether a function is odd even without trying to substitute for some values. We can know a function is odd, a function is even, simply by checking, is it symmetrical about the y-axis? Is it symmetrical about the y-axis? Is what is on this side, if you put a mirror here, will this side be its image? What is an odd function? Odd function. An odd function, if you have y is equal, if if y is a function of x is an odd function, if y is a function of x is an odd function, then function of negative x is equal to negative function of x. Function of negative x, f of negative x is negative function of x. This can be clearly illustrated by taking two examples. Example 1. Let us say y, or simply, don't have to keep on saying y, function of x is equal to x cubed. If you take x is equal to 3, f of 3 is equal to 3 cubed, which is how much? 3 cubed is 27. Function of negative 3 is equal to negative 3 cubed, which is equal to negative 27. Therefore, you can see function of negative 3 is equal to a negative times function of 3. A negative times function of 3, which is function of 3 is 27 times a negative is negative 27, which is equal to this. And therefore, function of y is equal to x squared, or y is equal to x squared, is an odd function. If we drew its graph here, or we sketch its graph here, here you have the y-axis, because y is a function of x, here you have x-axis. If you plot that curve, will be something of the sort. Y is equal to x squared. Y is equal to x cubed. This curve is symmetric about the origin. If you place a mirror on the origin, the curve on the positive side of the x-axis, this portion, its image inside the mirror is what you are seeing here. Remember, the image in a plane mirror is laterally inverted. That is, if you are looking yourself on the mirror, your image inside the mirror will be looking at you. So it will be looking on the opposite direction. That's why the image here is going, the object here, the curve is going up, but its image on the mirror is going down. So it is reflected, the reflection, or it is symmetric about the origin. So you can say if y is equal to a function of x is an odd function, comma, the curve of y equal to function of x is symmetric about the origin. It is symmetric about the origin. You can draw another example, example 2. Let us take odd function. Not odd function, sine function. How do you draw a graph of sine? Maybe before that, you say y is function of x, which is equal to sine x. What is function of negative x in our case should be equal to negative function of x. Is it the case? Let us try. What is what do you take as our x? Or we can say here, our function is here sine negative x will be equal to negative sine x. From this, function of x is equal to negative function x. Sine negative x should be equal to negative sine x. What is the sine of 60 degrees? Sine of 60 degrees or sine of negative. We start with the sine of 60 degrees. 60 degrees is the same as pi over 3. Sine of pi over 3 is equal to 0.866. Sine of negative pi over 3 is equal to negative 0.866. If you check on your calculator, changing the setting of your calculator from degrees to radians. But you can also use degrees. You can check using degrees. If you check using degrees, this is sine of 60 degrees, this is sine of negative 6 degrees. It's only that in Fourier series, a lot of time you use radians. That's why I'm using radians. But you can check using degrees. Now we can see sine of pi over 3 is equal to sine of negative pi over 3 is equal to negative sine pi over 3. Why? We have seen sine negative pi over 3 is negative 0.866. Sine negative pi over 3 can also be said to be sine pi over 3, which is positive 0.866 times a negative, which proves to us sine negative x is equal to negative sine x. That one can be illustrated using the sketch of y is a function. The sketch of y is equal to sine x. Y x here. You know, sine of 0 is 0. Sine of pi over 2 is 1. So we start from 0. This is pi over 2. This is pi. Then, for sine, we move to the opposite side. This is pi over 2. This is pi. You can see here, this, if you put a mirror here, its image inside the mirror will be this. That's why we are saying the curve of y is function of x is symmetric about the origin. Because you are putting your mirror on the origin to produce the image of this, which is now this one. And remember what we have said, if you look at yourself, your image in the mirror will be looking at you. So it will be facing the opposite direction that you are facing. That's why the image is facing, the image here is facing the opposite direction of the object, which is this curve. Now that we have understood what is an odd function and what is an even function, and we can, by looking at a curve of a certain function in the question paper, you should be able to determine whether the curve or whether the function is even or odd. Because a lot of time you'll be given a question in the exam and you'll be expected to determine whether the function is odd or even, and then from that you proceed to determine its Fourier series representation. So it's very important to be able, by just looking at a curve, to be able to determine whether it is odd or even. We can take a few examples, see whether you can be able to do that. Let us have an exercise here. Between 0 and 2, the function is -3. Between 2 and 4, the function is 3. Between 0 and -2, the function is +3. And between -2 and -4, the function is -3. So, is this curve, or is that function odd or even? Is it symmetric about the y-axis, or symmetric about, is it symmetric about the y-axis or symmetric about the origin? Pause the video and take a moment to give your answer. If you look at this function, if you put your mirror here, this its reflection on its image on the mirror will be here. This one, its image in the mirror will be this one. So the first one, the curve function of t, function t is odd. Its graph is symmetric about the origin. The function f of t is odd. Curve symmetric about the origin. The function f of t is odd because the curve is symmetric about the origin. Our second example, is it odd or even? Pause the video and take a moment to look at it. If you look at our curve here, if you put a mirror on the y-axis, the image of this curve, which is now our object, its image on the mirror will be this. So our curve here, y is equal to f of x. Then made a mistake, this is not f of x, is x. Of course, y is always a function of x. You can say y function of x is even. Function of x is even because curve is symmetric about the y-axis. Curve is symmetric about y-axis. Curve is symmetric about y-axis. What about the dark one? Is it odd or even? Or neither odd or even? Pause the video and take a moment to look at it. If you look at our question here, at our curve here, if you put a mirror here, the image of this inside the mirror, if the curve was even, its image inside the mirror should be something like that. If it is even, because it should be looking the opposite direction of this one. Because this one is facing, or is going on this direction, then the other one will be going in the opposite direction. If it was odd, this line here would be somewhere here, And this one here, symmetric about the origin, will be somewhere here. So we can say again it's not odd. It's not even, it's not odd. If it was even, it would be passing through this. This line should have a reflection around here. So it is not even. If it was odd, this line should have its image being reflected or being here. And this one should be somewhere here on the opposite side, looking on the opposite direction. It is not odd. It's not even, it's not odd. So it is neither even nor odd. Neither even nor odd. We are simply going to say neither. Not symmetric about the origin, not symmetric about the y-axis. Not symmetric about the origin nor y-axis. It's neither. So you should now be able to easily determine whether a function of x is or a function of t is neither, is even, odd, or neither. Now move on to something else. We discuss product of even and odd functions. Product of even, product of even and odd functions. Product of even and odd functions. An even function, I'll use E for even, times an even function will give you an even function. Or simply, even times even is equal to even. An even function times an odd function will give you an odd function, or odd times odd, not odd times odd times even, or even times odd. Even function times odd function will give you an odd function. An odd function is 1, this 2, this 3. An odd function times an odd function will give you an even function. Or odd times odd is equal to even. Just similar to the rule of signs. You know that positive times positive is equal to positive. Positive times negative. Positive times negative is equal to negative. And negative times negative is equal to positive. Similar to the rule of sign. Take even to be a positive, odd to be a negative. They'll give you the same results. Let us do a small exercise here. Let us say we multiply sine 2x and x squared. So that we get x squared sine 2x. Is that odd or even? These are x's. Let us multiply cos 3x times x cubed. That we get x cubed cos 3x. Is it odd or even? Let us multiply x cubed times sin x or sin 2x, whichever. Now we get x cubed sin x. Is it odd or even? Let's multiply exponential. We multiply x times cos 2x. We are multiplying, so that we get x cos 2x. Is it odd or even? Or we multiply, I think that is enough. So let us determine whether the products are even or odd. Sin 2x. Sin is an odd function. Is an odd function. Sin is an odd function. X squared is an even function. So we expect the product odd and even, product of odd function and even function to give us what? To give us an odd function. So x squared sin 2x is an odd function. Cosine of 3x is an even function. It's an even function. Times x squared, x cubed is an odd function. So product of even and odd is odd. X squared, x cubed cos 3x is an odd function. Our third one, pause the video and take the moment to answer number 3 and number 4. Answer number 3 and number 4 and then you resume the video. X squared, x cubed is odd, sin x is odd. So what is the result of an odd function and an odd function? It is odd. The result is odd. X, what is the graph of y is equal to x? Graph of y is equal to x, that is yx. We've been passing through that. So x is odd. Cos is odd. Not odd but even. So the result is odd. I wanted us to have another one. We could use maybe x squared cosine of another example, cosine. Let us use cosine of 2x. This is even because x squared is even, cosine is even, so the result, which is x squared, is multiplication there, x squared cos 2x, x squared cos 2x is even. It is even because even times even is even. Neither times either odd or even is neither. And cannot remember a function that is neither. So those are the rules of multiplication. Given a function to multiply with another function, you should be able to determine whether the result is odd or even. Now we move on to the next part of the subtopic. Let us take a moment and concentrate with even functions. Take a moment and concentrate with even functions. So let us draw an even function like y is equal to cosine of x is 0, that is pi over 2. This is 0, that is negative pi over 2. We want to get this area. The entire area of this. You have to get the entire area of this portion. You could say we integrate area. What is area? Area under curve. Area A is equal to, you have to integrate over the given limit, which is, we can first of all first of all get this area of the portion below there, on the negative side of the x-axis, then get the area on the positive side of the x-axis, and then we combine the two areas. This area is, call it area 1, and this one we call it area 2. Call this one area 2. This is area 1 plus area 2. And both areas are equal, by the way. Goes from here to here is pi over 2 radians. From here to here is pi over 2 radians. And this is 1. This is 1. We also know that area 1 is equal to area 2. Area 1 is equal to integral from 0 from negative pi over 2 to 0, negative pi over 2 to 0, and we'll be integrating the function of x, which is cos 2x. Function of x with respect to x. Not cos 2x, but cos x. This function of x is equal to cos x. Area 2 is equal to integral from 0 to pi over 2. Here, 0 to pi over 2. Area 2 is equal to integral from 0 to pi over 2, the function of x with respect to x. But the two areas are equal. So we can therefore say, because total area is area 1 plus area 2, we can say this is the same as integrating, which is area 1 from negative pi over 2 to 0, function of x with respect to x, plus integrating from pi over 2 to, not pi over 2, but 0 to pi over 2, 0 to pi over 2, function of x with respect to x. But these two are equal. These two are equal. So we can take only one of them. This one is the same as integral from negative pi over 2, negative pi over 2, integrating from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, function of x with respect to x. We are integrating from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, function of x with respect to x. Or we can simply say, because these two, they are equal, instead of doing all this, worrying about all this, instead of integrating from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, function of x with respect to x, or taking each one of them separately, integrating and then adding, we can simply say, let us just take one, because they are equal. Only one of them, but we multiply with 2. But we multiply with 2. That will be enough to get the area under the curve. So in short, we can see now conclusion from that discussion. For an even function, integrating from any limit, in this case we have done an example from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, but it could be for over any limit. Integrating over any given limit, is the same as multiplying by 2, but taking only half of the limit. Integral over the entire limit is the same as integral over half of the limit and then multiply by 2. We have seen that integral from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2 function of x with respect to x is the same as taking half the limit and integrating from 0 to pi over 2 with respect to x. The same will apply if we have to take any other limit. For example, we have to integrate from negative pi to pi, function of x with respect to x will be equal to 2, then we take half of the limit. The entire interval is from negative pi to 0, and then from 0 is the center, from 0 to pi. Is negative pi to 0 is half of the limit, 0 to pi is the other half of the limit. We can take half, either this one, negative pi to 0, which is half of the limit, or 0 to pi, which is the other half of the limit. But in mathematics, it's always good to work with positive numbers, because when you are working with positive values, you are less likely to forget the negative. You cannot, when you are working with negative numbers, a lot of time you might forget when you are doing multiplication or you are opening brackets. So it's good to work with positive values whenever possible. So we take the positive limit, which is we integrate now from 0 to pi, function of x with respect to x. But remember, we only do this if function of x is even. What if function of x is odd? What if we had odd function? Odd function. Let us think in terms of area under the curve, area under a curve of an odd function. Area under a curve of an odd function. Let us take the sine function. Draw it here. That sine usually starts from 0. Sine 0 is 0. So we can go up. This is pi over 2. Pi over 2. Just an example. We go up to pi. This is 0. This is pi over 2. Pi over 2. Negative is positive. Is y is x. Is y is equal to sine x. The curve of y is equal to sine x. Consider this area. Call it area 1. Also consider this area. Call it area 2. Area 2. How do we get the area under the, how do we get the area? In this case, for area 2, it is above the x-axis. So it will be the area under the curve. It will be under the curve. For area 1, it is below the x-axis. So it is area between the x-axis and the curve. Y is equal to sine x. The entire area will be equal to area 1 plus area 2. Area 1 is, we know area is always given by integral function of x with respect to x over the given limits. Area 1 will be, we will integrate a function of x which is sin x, but for, okay, we are only trying to derive a formula, so we are going to work with the general expression for a function which is fx, function of x, but of course our function is sin x, and we integrate from negative pi over 2 to 0. Area 2 is equal to, we integrate the same function which is y sin x from 0 to pi over 2. 0 to pi over 2, but we are trying to be general, so we just write the general form of a function. Of course, in our case here, y is a function of x is equal to sin x. But there is one thing you already did in calculus. We said by the time you are doing Fourier series, you should have done calculus at some point in your course. Whether you are doing electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, or any other course that you are doing. If you are taking calculus at a point, Fourier series at a point, you should have taken calculus in your course. So when you are doing calculus, you must have been told the area under the curve, the area under the x-axis is negative. This area is negative, but this area is positive. A1 is, both areas are positive, both areas are equal, because we are taking the same interval of integration from negative pi to 0, from negative pi over 2 to 0 is pi over 2 radians, and from 0 to pi over 2 again is pi over 2 radians. We are also integrating the same function, sin x, so both areas will be equal, only that the area below the x-axis is taken to be negative and the area above the x-axis is taken to be positive. Of course, in real sense, there is no negative area in real life, but in calculation of areas, the area below x-axis is taken to be negative. So because A1 is taken to be negative, A1 will be equal to negative A2. To be equal to negative A2. That tells us that for an odd function, the total area A is A1 plus A2. What is A1? Negative A2. Negative A2 plus A2. A1 is negative A2. Negative A2 plus A2 is equal to 0. There we can see this total area A is equal to A1, which is integrate from negative pi over 2 to 0 function of x with respect to x plus integral from 0 to pi over 2 function of x with respect to x, which is 0. Because area 1 plus area 2 is 0. Or in short, we can say the entire range of integration, we are starting from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, and we are integrating from function of x with respect to x is equal to 0. If function of x is odd, that only happens if function of x is odd. If function of x is even, we have seen it will be twice half the range and then we integrate with respect to x. If function of x is neither, you integrate over the entire range the normal way you find the area of a curve.